Okay, this question supposed to take a little bit of time, but maybe within the space of 5 minutes, let me try to give you short responses. Now, who don't want to be led? You can never be able to lead them, especially when you can't get through to their hearts. So you might be leading them physically, and that's why you see some employees can only do better when the boss is around. So when the boss is away, there is not this independent will to be able to do what is expected of them. There is no self-control to be able to do. And again, there's some bosses that don't give autonomy. They don't allow staff to go as much as possible to do what's expected of them, even when they are available. So not to talk of when they are weak. So if you have trained your staff to behave like that, so they are just going to be weak in some ways, right? So you need to give people a lot of autonomy. And talking about parent to child now, this is the similar thing apply. So everybody has their inner driven passion for something they want to do, and everybody is unique in that form. There's always something unique about somebody that even the person might not be aware. But if you have this self-determination, maybe I would like to use the word self-awareness, and some of the things that could bring this self-determination and self-awareness is when you put yourself in check, when you do things like self-reflection, when you think about your life, when you have what we call imaginative ability. You try to live a little bit beyond what the physical eyes could see. You try to see, there's so much that you can see right now with your mind that your eyes cannot see. So by the time, and a lot of people don't practice this, they just wake up, the only thing they see is what their physical eyes see, so they can't see beyond their forehead. So I'm now telling you how somebody first, it starts with self, that's self-awareness. And if you consistently practice imagination, or what we call meditation, so it helps you to forecast, to see, to have foresight into the future, right? And this drives you in a lot of ways. Now, this is going to serve like a driver that drives your decisions, that want you to want to do, because you are seeing something that others are not seeing. And this is actually one of the entrepreneurial spirit that some people have. In fact, all entrepreneurs, this is how they behave. And most of the employees don't behave like this. They don't have any imagination. They don't have any personal thinking. They don't have any meditation. They just do some physical activities, go to the office, come back, go to the office, come back. And that's why you see that if somebody is completely an employee, meaning that like they are just back on the back seats. So the boss always has to be there to tell them what to do, like a remote control to the TV. So, and again, that's why personally, I don't like to call my staff employees, right? They are business associates, they are partners in whatever we are doing. So because I tell them that you need to be a CEO of your position, right? If you're a customer service, you need to be a CEO of customers, be in charge. Whatever you are doing, you need to be in charge. You need to be in control. You need to learn. You need to be able to know that that position is for you. Nobody comes to tell you what to do there. In fact, you should be better than the CEO of the company there, because that's what you know how to do best. That's your own office. That's your own business. Now, to answer your question, if somebody don't want to be led, one of the ways to know is they are always going to be contradicting the purpose or the path through which either an organization or a family is supposed to work on. Every organization has value, they have mission, they have vision. The same thing applicable to family. There are family values. There are things that the family look at. These are the things that are, and again, this is another problem. Some people don't even have personal value, not to talk of family value, or not to talk of taking that value to the organization they work with. So a lot of people are confused in the world, very, very confused. And they just live without living. Permit me to say this. They live without living because they end up not having the best version of them being played out in places they go to. So they are living in the crowd. They are never themselves because there's no this personal awareness. So what I'm saying in essence is you need to be able to if a family, or maybe a family head, or maybe a boss in the office is trying to take control or micromanage or take over whatever staff are supposed to be doing on their own with their own senses. So in a lot of ways, 2 or 3 things play out. It's either it weakens the staff's or the children's ability to do what they can do best, because they are going to be restricted to something, and their minds are going to be wired in such a way that they always wait for signal. They will always wait for control to be able to lead their own lives. So it weakens their imaginative ability. It doesn't make them think. They just want to wait to be fed. And if this continuously happens, then people become dull in their spirits. So they are not productive. They can't do things on their own. So they just keep walking around. But if you can allow people to have that drive, to have that independent will, that's what I love to call it, your ability to be able to take charge of your life and then begin to forecast and see things the way you want to see them. Then there might be other obstacles, like maybe parent to child, or maybe some bosses don't allow things, even when, that's why if somebody is well self-leadered, like there's what I call self-leadership, like you can lead yourself. Even if no matter whoever that person is that want to bottle you, like they want to keep you in a place, it will never happen. You always figure out and you always find your way out. And then because you are meant to grow, you are meant to thrive. And the moment you click that button of your individual capacity or ability, the moment you get in touch with it internally, it's not actually externally. A lot of people think that you need to go start looking for something to motivate you somewhere before you do things. No, it comes from within. So once you click it, so whatever obstacles that come your way, this independent will keep you in check, and then it keeps you, like it makes you drive across all hurdles, right? So if anybody, either a parent or child, is trying to put you down, or maybe a boss in the office is trying to put you down, irrespective of your findings and personal leadership, then you will always outgrow in a way. That's why I said, okay, if somebody don't want to be led, there's no way you can lead them, because no matter how you try to show them the path, they will not see it. They will not see it and they will not follow, because they don't have the initiative and personal drive to be able to follow through. But if somebody wants to be led, this is the powerful part of it. If somebody wants to be led and striving to find themselves, and they eventually go to an environment that supports that, it's just like a plant has found a loamy soil and a well-watered environment. And what do you expect? It grows, it blossoms, right? So this is in a nutshell what I mean by, if somebody don't want to be led, don't struggle to lead them, because you will not succeed. They don't want to be led, that is their success. They are okay. Somebody said yesterday to me that if you see somebody drowning, some people drowning, they don't actually want to be saved, because if you save them, so it's going to be something, because they want to drown, they are happy drowning. So let them drown, even though they are not supposed to drown, but it is just what their choice. So if you attempt to save them, it means that they didn't succeed, and you said you are not going to succeed. So both of you might literally fail. But if you allow them drown, that becomes their success. Do you understand now? It's somehow weird to understand, but if you need to be able to understand before you go closer to people, try to assist people, be able to know deep down what is their choice, individual choice. What do they want? What do they want? Then you can influence people, of course. You know, if you try to preach them whatever vision you have, or whatever vision they are supposed to have, in line with their personal purpose, in line with their passion. If they see it, fine, you can help them. But if they don't, and like I said earlier, some people even have a passion, but it might not necessarily be what you are telling them. So maybe until they find that their own loamy soil, wherever it is, before they can thrive. But you can still keep helping people to find their ground. That's if they are ready. Because if you have independent will, like I said, irrespective of where you find yourself, you still be thriving, you still be struggling to show your head. So you see, that's even in our company, for example, you see some people in one department, they have this passion, they have this zeal, but maybe the technicalities, like for example in ICT department, somebody has to be changed. We have done that quite number of time. Somebody shifted from ICT department to customer service, and the person is now doing excellently well. The same thing happens. Somebody is in customer service department but is struggling, sales department I mean, but the person is struggling. But the moment we change the person to the ICT department, the person is striving. So even departmental wise, even in company, you need to pay attention to some things and know where people can do best. Then keep pushing them, keep assisting them. That's if they are willing to be assisted. Because somebody who is in ICT, who is not doing well, the person might just keep coming to you, struggling to look for results. You will see the energy and the independent will in them to make a difference. And if you have noticed, like for me, I must have seen some qualities in them that could speak volumes if they are transferred to some other side. So I quickly suggest to them, and for most of them that follow it, then you find out that they are now doing a different game entirely. So this is what I mean, right? So if somebody wants to be helped, even when they are not doing the right thing or they are not in the right place, it is obvious, you can see it. If somebody don't want to be helped, even if they are in the right place, they can never do well, right? Is this correct? Thank you for listening, and I hope this helped. My name is Kabir A. Abdulkadir. In case you are listening to this, I call myself the world's most influential entrepreneur and business coach from Africa, Nigeria to be precise. Thank you for listening. I will do this some other time. Bye-bye for now.